That, my friends, is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And so are all of these people. They're all participating in what's called cosplay. To some, it might seem like a joke. But the cosplay industry is no laughing matter. That's because it will grow into a $23.6 billion industry by 2019. He's Ryan, and I'm James. Together, we're the Fratzke brothers. In our business, curiosity is key. That's why we created a list of things we wanted to learn more about. Join us on our journey of discovery. This is Two Curious Minds.
Would you walk around all day dressed as your favorite comic book character? And in this scenario, it's not Halloween. If your answer is no, then you're probably not one of the thousands of people who cosplay every year. Being the two curious minds that we are, we decided to put cosplay on our list and took a trip to Anaheim, California to visit WonderCon.
Let me set the scene for you. Anaheim, California. Once upon a time, this city was filled with orange groves. Today, Anaheim is one of the largest tourist destinations in the world. It's home to the happiest place on Earth, Disneyland, and one of the largest annual cosplay gatherings, WonderCon. For decades, cosplayers were thought of like this.
These guys got no life.
But today, with the increased popularity of conventions, cosplay is gaining exposure. Brands like Star Trek, Marvel, Star Wars, Doctor Who, and Game of Thrones are inspiring more and more fans to embrace nerd culture and participate in cosplay. That's where our story picks up. Armed with a camera and a microphone, we hit the convention floor. It didn't take long for us to find some pretty extravagant costumes, and we couldn't help but wonder, how much does all this stuff cost?
Like 200, 300 maybe?
I'm looking at making a suit of armor right now, and that with wig and all that stuff is probably gonna be 500 to 800.
Maybe 300 to 400 or something like that.
I don't want to think about that.
Hundreds. Because we make our own stuff. We don't buy them. It's expensive. I feel like it gets really expensive.
Okay, let's pause here for a second. On average, the cosplayers we talked to spent $500 per costume. Depending on the con, 3-day passes can run about $150. Now multiply that by 6 events. That's $3,900 per year in costume and ticket cost alone. That doesn't even take into account travel cost, hotel rooms, food, souvenirs, and everything else. So how has this very expensive hobby grown in popularity? The rise of superhero brands like Marvel, national coverage of events like San Diego Comic-Con, and the crossover phenomenon Star Wars: The Force Awakens all help explain the transition from nerd culture to mainstream. So what's the return on investment for cosplayers? Why do they participate in this industry?
It's just started as something fun to do with my friends, and honestly, even now, 10 years later, that's still what it is. It's nice to like have people get excited about their favorite characters, but more than anything, I just like hanging out with my friends and being nerds.
It's a creative outlet, and it keeps me, gives me something to do besides my stressful job, so it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an escape.
And seeing all these little kids coming up to you and just geeking out and say, oh my gosh, it's Star-Lord, can we get a picture with you? And seeing their faces light up. That's the real reason I do it.
I used to be like really heavy, like over 400 pounds heavy, and I needed like a change because I was going down some like health issues, and I was like, all right, like I've always loved this character, so I used it as a motivation.
Green Arrow used cosplay as motivation to lose over 200 pounds. Here's a picture he sent us of his amazing transformation. We heard inspirational stories just like this one over and over again. Cosplay is a community. It brings people together. It gives creative minds a platform to express themselves and normally shy people the opportunity to break out of their shells. After spending 3 days with all of these cosplayers, it became easy to see why this industry continues to grow. Long story short, it's just downright fun. As WonderCon weekend wrapped up, it was time for us to head home.
So, what do you think? Should we cross cosplay off the list? I think so. I mean, it was really fun to visit all the cosplayers, and who knows, maybe next year we'll dress as the Wonder Twins. Yeah, maybe. Well, until next time, this has been Two Curious Minds. Please subscribe to our channel. Every bit helps. We've been the Fratzke brothers, and you've been awesome.
While you're here, tell us what you think about cosplay in the comments below. If you want to explore more stories by the Fratzke brothers, check out our latest videos here on YouTube or visit us at fratzkebrothers.com.